Welcome to your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of May the 6th through the 12th, Leos. I am going to be pulling one card for each day, and then after that I'll pull three cards for best advice for manifesting as you move through the week, Leos. We are starting with Monday, working our way through to the weekend. I don't like to start on Sunday because I feel like that just splits the weekend up, and I don't want to do that. All right, and then let's pull three more for best advice during the week. Okay, Well, you've got some strong advice, that's for sure. All right, let's start with Monday. Okay, so Monday you have the Five of Scrolls showing up here. This just tells me that on Monday there may be a significant argument or debate, something that can have some impact moving forward. On Tuesday, you guys have the Page of Spirals showing up in reverse. Page of Spirals in reverse is where if you have an idea about something that you want to move forward with, but you need somebody else's input for that to actually move forward, this is the other person that you've approached saying, you know what, I'm not going to sign on with this. So this can be getting a loan. This can be asking somebody else to help you with this, whatever this is. This is that other person saying, you know, I'm not able to do that, or I don't want to do that, or whatever it is they're saying. They're not going along with it. Looking at Wednesday for you guys, we have the Sorceress showing up in reverse. This tells me there's something going on where you're feeling really confused, and you may be doing whatever you can to try to sort whatever this is out. But the biggest thing we see coming up today is this idea of confusion and trying to work through that confusion. Now, on Thursday, what we have showing up here is the King of Mirrors. King of Mirrors just tells me that you are taking some type of action on Thursday that allows you to really use your own intuitive abilities and tap into those and really follow through with whatever you're picking up with intuition, or some people might call it gut instinct, or even psychic abilities. So you're really allowing yourself to follow through on some of that. We see you being in a nice confident place with that on Thursday. So you know something. You may not know how you know it. You know, maybe you have a dream. Maybe you just know. Maybe you just feel like something is, you know, a little different than it appears. We see you following through on whatever that is, that gut instinct or that hunch or that intuition. So very cool. Now, on Friday, we have the Green Man showing up in reverse. This Green Man in reverse is telling me that on Friday you're interacting with someone in your sphere of influence who they may have some level of responsibility, but they don't really handle it well. They are pretty much corrupt. They don't have everybody's highest and best good in mind. They have their highest and best good in mind, and they will say whatever it takes or do whatever it takes to get people to go along with what they want and do what they want to do. And so we see an interaction with this person on Friday. This is not always a pleasant type of interaction. And even if it is a pleasant type of interaction, then you have to kind of be looking at, okay, what's the ulterior motive here? And it's terrible to say that you might have an interaction like that with somebody, but the real truth of life is some people are like this. So just make sure that you kind of have a fairly good grip on what somebody's ulterior motive might be if they're if you're interacting with them on Friday, especially if they're acting nicer than normal. For others of you, though, I don't think this person is going to be acting nice at all. Now, let's look at the weekend. Saturday, we have the Three of Spirals coming up. This just tells me you could be traveling Saturday. If you're not actually traveling Saturday, you're definitely making some travel plans. And probably, I would say 80% of you, this is making plans. Like 20% of you, this is actual travel. Now, Sunday, we have the Sun card coming up in reverse. Sun card means that you're doing something that makes you feel good, that makes you feel productive and happy. And you're doing it without somebody looking over your shoulder, setting deadlines, telling you how to do things. Nobody's micromanaging this experience that you're having. And with the sun card being in reverse, you're doing whatever this is that you're enjoying so much, you're doing this along with somebody else. So you may make adjustments and tweaks so that you both enjoy this, but still, this is not like somebody is, taskmaster, this has to be done this way by this time, blah, 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 blah. This is something that is enjoyable that you're making the rules on, or I should say you and this other person are making the rules on, okay? So that's what we have for the week. But now let's look at our best manifesting advice as you move through the week, because this looks like a little bit of a challenging week. It doesn't look terrible, but it looks like there's, just deal with this challenge from seeing these cards here. So I have to say, I really like the manifestation cards you guys have because they're strong and because you show up in them. So the first thing we have showing up is the Ariadne card. And so this talks about transformations, doing things differently, making a different, taking a different perspective on the things that you're doing. So best advice here is to start to look at things through different perspectives, especially things that you're manifesting. Start to see them from different perspectives, not just yours. Now, the Phoenix is another card that talks about change. This talks about the idea of rising from the ashes. Okay, so you're getting a different perspective on something that you may have given up on, actually. Best advice is if there's something you've given up on that you really did like, but you just didn't see a way forward, try to look at it through a different perspective, because if you do, you can bring that thing back from the ashes and make it beautiful again. And then by the end of the week, which really lines up with what we saw Saturday, Sunday with travel or travel plans and doing something along with somebody else that you really like, by the end of the week, if you are focusing on looking at this old thing in a different way, we see you really getting your mojo back. That Queen of Scrolls shows up. That's you guys. This is somebody who's very creative. They think outside the box. Culture and society can't tell them what to do. They're sunshiny in their personality. You guys are always trying to cheer people up, make them happy. We see you in your mojo here. So you're manifesting what you want to manifest once you've given yourself time to look at things from a different perspective. Maybe you're coming at this completely differently, bringing this old thing back from the ashes, and that allows you to get your mojo back to where you're feeling good about what you're doing. All right, so that's really cool. I like it. I like how the week ends there. So thank you guys very much for being here. If you've stayed here this long, please remember to put a like on this video, share it out to the world if you don't mind, and put some feedback down below. Let me know how I'm doing. What does this look like to you? Everyone have a fantastic week. Peace out.